We made it. Okay, so we're back out here the next day at the barn. It's lightning like crazy. It's raining, of course, like crazy because, hey, it's been 3 days in Oklahoma since it's rained, and that's just kind of the theme of 2019 is rain. So it's raining. Looks like we're probably gonna get rained out for the rest of the day. It's just right after lunch. But the craziest, coolest thing just happened. I'm gonna show it to you. Well, I'll show you where I saw it at. Right over there is our southern boundary, and you can see those locks hanging on the gate right there. Well, I'm sitting there talking to the guys while they're eating lunch, and it lightnings, and 2 seconds later, sparks start flying out of those locks right there. And they were over there arcing, I guess. There you go. I don't know if you heard that thunder right there, but it's kind of going nuts here right now. And I've never seen anything like that, and that was just absolutely crazy. So on a quick note, where I saw that those sparks, I thought it was my lock here, and then I came over here and thought, well, it's got some burn marks on here. It still might be, but I think that's actually rust. But what you see here is, look at that gash. That is like as jagged gets, and it's on the top side of the rail, so nobody hit it. I really think that this fence got energized and lightning or electricity shot out of the top rail of that fence. That is nuts. To give you a frame of reference, from here, the fence to our barn that is full of metal is literally right there. So that's like 90 feet, 100 feet. So that's crazy, 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 crazy. I know Kevin over at Hidden Heights posted a video a couple weeks ago about a lightning strike at his barn, and we just saw it here too. So absolutely insane, this weather, and it's just continual lightning right now, but I have never seen anything like that. That was about as close as lightning has been to me. It was crazy because there wasn't a loud crack. It's not like it felt like lightning hit just, you know, right outside the barn or anything. So I'm wondering if lightning hit all the way at the end of our property and followed down that continuous metal until there was a break at the locks. And that's why we saw it arc there. I don't know. That's just really, really, really crazy. To be standing here and seeing sparks just flying out of the gate. So yeah, so that was, I figured I'd jump on here. I was gonna do a video today anyways, but what a better time to start one. So I'm gonna turn it off right here, and hopefully it'll quit raining. Enough for me to go outside and kind of show you what all has happened today. Ooh, there's good lightning. That one's gonna be loud. Man, show you all what's happened today, what we're doing. Clearly we are shifting gears for the afternoon. We're not gonna be outside. We're gonna be finishing some stuff inside. So anyways, that's what we've got going for now. It's actually nice to have the barn dried in, except for the cupola hole that you can see behind me over here on the ground. Other than that, we're dried in. There's 3 cupola holes that are probably dripping some water, and that's it. So, good time to check for leaks too, I guess. Anyways, so let's hopefully let this rain calm down, and I'll come back with you. Do you think they got it? You think they were able to get that nailed off? Or do you think they were still thinking about whether or not they had it good and nailed? If you think I'm cutting all those nails out of there, you're crazy. We're cutting that off right there. There is 11 nails in that. 11 nails. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
When we go to use this, just cut this end off. There's 11 nails.
That's fun.
In 4 inches.
Yeah, I remember an old man telling me, he said,
when in doubt, nail it again?
no, he said back when we hand nailed them, we would do 3 nails in a board. You get started with an air now, we're up at 17 in the first 1.5 feet, you know.
Won't you come with me? We'll go ride the breeze, singing C'est la vie. It feels just right. It's a brand new day. I can hardly wait. So for goodness sake, I think it's time. Let's tell the world about it. Help spread a little light. It all comes back around. It feels so good to be alive. Up hills and over mountains, they'll know it far and wide. It all comes back around. It feels so good to be alive. Take my hand, we'll go cue the band for a song and dance. We'll go all night. What do you say? We go place to place, put it on display. Oh, what a sight. Let's tell the world about it. Help spread a little light. It all comes back around. It feels so good to be alive. Up hills and over mountains, they'll know it far and wide. It all comes back around. It feels so good to be alive. To be alive. Feels so good to
Okay, so it quit raining here, and I ended up sticking around and cleaning up some material for the guys to use to put lacers on. I had to take the nails out and all that kind of stuff, just to speed things up and to repurpose some material. That way we're not using up good stuff. So, but it's a good thing that I did, because the guys putting on the metal were ready to leave about an hour ago because of the rain, and I told him, I said, "Where are you leaving?" And he said, "Yeah, it's raining." I said, "It's gonna be gone in an hour." And so he said, "All right, we'll stick around for a few minutes." And luckily he did stick around, but if I hadn't been here, if I had left, they were gone for sure. So we should get a few more hours of production out of them. We only lost maybe an hour, maybe two, due to the rain. So I'm sure it'll slow things down just being muddy, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go outside and show you what we're doing outside today with the metal panels. But first, let's show you what the guys are doing, Jay and Jay. So right now he's nailing on lacers for us to put this whole wall on this stall side. Is going to have insulation and metal on it, and so they're putting the lacers on right now so that we can accomplish that. All of these boards are what you saw me take down from bracing and clean all the nails up and all that good stuff. So that's what they're doing now. They only have one more row to do, that's very top row, and yeah, so then we'll be done with that. As you can see, that door got set, a double door there, and they are getting ready to do the top row and move on to the next thing. So let's go show you outside, and stand by. Alright, so down here they are getting ready to start on this south side with some soffit. They have some put on the north side, and I'm going to go show you that here in a minute, and maybe we'll go see the first sheet of that get put up. I don't know, depends on where we're at. So what I wanted to show you over here though was, in order to do this soffit on this 6-foot cantilever like we've talked about, we need to do some posts, because that does need to be supported. The 3-foot is fine, the 6-foot is not. So we had a little trouble deciding what we were going to be doing for these posts. We still do have trouble deciding what we are going to be doing for these posts. But I needed to do this right. They needed to be installed first, and then they can wrap around the opening with metal versus the other way around. If we had to go back and cut it after the fact, it would have been ugly and hard to do and just not great, because how are you going to seal it off? And then if you just let it set onto the metal, that's not great because you don't have a good seat because of the ridge in the metal. You can see the raised panel. It's every like 8 inches in this panel, so that just wouldn't have been the great scenario. So here's what we did. We're going to put temporary legs on for right now because I need to put a footing down, because they are going to Marmy and Pappy. I don't know if Pappy realizes this, but Marmy wants to, which is my mom and dad, wants to tackle building the foundations for these posts and putting the posts on themselves. So there's footings involved with that. My guess is they'll want me to do that. And then they're going to build a cinder block base and then set the posts on top, or run the posts all the way down to the footing. However she wants to do that. We were going back and forth about it this morning, and I'm telling you, once they get here and we start building houses and doing projects together, you guys get your popcorn ready, because we are very opinionated family, and we don't mind letting you hear our opinion, whether you're a family member or not. So I just got derailed in telling you what we did to accommodate the debacle of this morning of posts. So what I did was I put in bad lighting, terrible lighting. Let me see if I can get here and get the camera to focus. Right there. So right there is a pressure treated block that is a 6x6 post, and it's nailed in every position they want to put a post going down this 6 foot side. And what I ended up doing was cutting the top of that post, or that block, on the pitch of the roof, so that the bottom of the block could be 90 degrees to the ground and receive whatever post we put up into it very easily. And that can be accomplished. We could go a couple of different ways here. We could either take a cedar post up into the bottom of that and toenail the cedar post into that block and call it good, or after the fact we could remove the block and slide the post up into it. But this at least allows them to put the soffit in with the appropriate flashing and appropriate closure metal that goes up against it all the way around it. So it's just whatever we decide to do at that time, but at least this gets that done properly and not southern engineered. So this will, I realize there might be a dimensional size difference in rough cedar post and a pressure treated post, but the rough cedar post is always going to be bigger. So we could always shave down what we needed to shave down to let it slide up in there, or if you wanted the two to marry, where we just toenailed the block into, or the post into the block that's there, and then you can wrap that with a little 1x2 rough cedar siding just right up at the top to seal it up. That's fine. But this at least gets us to where we don't hold these guys up, and we can put temporary legs down off of those blocks, and they'll be fine until we figure out what direction we're going to go. One more thing on them. We moved a little bit further down here. Let me try to find that one in the camera. Sorry, bear with me. Really dark day, and it's really having I can't even pick that up in the viewfinder. Let me go down here to the end. I know you can see that one. So I don't know if you can see that little bit of daylight right there. That's allowing them to take the fascia metal. The fascia metal is gonna slide up underneath that drip metal, slide up underneath it, and that our fascia metal is essentially a big J channel, and so it's going to slide up underneath that, encapsulate the bottom of the 2x8 fascia board, and it'll slide in between our block there. So you'll have plenty of room to still make the fascia metal work like it's supposed to work. So I don't know if you were able to follow any of that. It's kind of rough not being able to put hands on it and talk about something that's 12 feet in the air, but I think for the most part you probably were able to follow along on that. Now let's go show you some soffit metal. Okay, so what they're doing here is putting on the 3-foot soffit and going into a piece of J channel that they set at the fascia. I really hope it shows up good on the video because it's so dark, but right there is a piece of J channel, and that's letting this edge of the metal slide into that, and then the rough edge is there at the wall. As you can see, there's no insulation, no nothing on that necessary. They're just screwing it straight into the rest of the edge. What they'll end up putting up there, because you've got rough edge at the top of the wall, and then you're going to have rough edge of the top of the soffit. What they'll end up putting up there is this right here. This is an inside corner, like I showed you in the metal video, 2x2, and it'll stick right up there in the corner, and we'll have the foam ag panel metal closure on the wall, and then we'll have the foam ag panel metal closure on the soffit, and then that 2x2 will shove right into that corner, and it'll hide the ugly edges of where the soffit and the wall metal meet. So there you have it. So right here is a good shot of what I was just talking about. Oh, I wish that light would stay right there. So you can see we have the foam closure on the wall, foam closure on the soffit, and then there's the 2x2 that hides all of it. And so that is a perfectly sealed soffit and which will end up working out really nicely for us. So I'm excited about how all this is coming together. They are really getting after it, and I'm glad they ended up staying today. So we should be done with all the major wall panel stuff by Monday. I know they were talking earlier about having to get a lift out to do these east and west sides, which I think is great. And then they are going to use that lift, try to get it all done in a day, so they've only got 1 day of lift rental. And while the lift is here, set the cupolas. So hopefully that's going to happen Monday or Tuesday of next week. I think trying to shoot for this week is being a little too optimistic, but there you have it. So one more last look down here with all that black. That thing's going to look awesome. Oh, we're not done. They got the upper walls done. So let me give you one quick look around of the upper walls, and then we'll end this video. So there it is, kind of in all its glory. All the way up to the front where they need a lift at. But all they have left to do on this side after they get this soffit done is the upper soffit, which will take them probably half a day to do. And then they got trim. They've got white fascia here, white fascia here, and white trim around the windows. And then this side is done. So it'll probably be the end of next week before everything is wrapped up. But really loving the way this is turning out. It looks fantastic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like the color combination. If you want to see something else that I'm not showing you. If I've been unclear about something, let me know. Yeah, so just a little bit of feedback would be good. So here's the south side. Looks like they have a couple of panels left up there. I don't really know why those aren't done yet. Maybe to help them with the window trim right there, since it looks like both of those panels need to be cut around the window. Maybe that's why they left it off. Same thing with that window right there. Maybe it's just how they fell out in the panel. And then they've left that open so that they can access it easily. And then this is open over here because they need the lift. So that's it for the south side. It's all coming together as well. And then one more look at the metal pile here. See what all we've got left. Looks like we're gonna have, I don't even want to say that. I was gonna say, looks like we're gonna have quite a bit of leftover, but I hate to speak too soon. They've still got the rest of this 12-foot wall section, this really long stuff. All that will be used in conjunction on the two ends. So there'll probably be a few sheets of that left, but then they still have the wall inside to do. So I wouldn't be so sure just yet. There's the more soffit metal right there. And then this is the translucent panel that was supposed to go on and didn't, but they'll swap out a couple of pieces, or actually 3 or 4 pieces for that. And then this is all leftover roof, so I'm excited to have that. We'll use it on the loafing shed, use it on the equipment shed. We got tons of use for this stuff. So deer blinds, just whatever I can talk them into using it for, or sneak into using it. I'd really like to use it on some deer blinds, but I think I'd have to sneak it. So anyways, that's gonna be it for today. We are gonna try to finish up here. It's 3 o'clock. I've got my guys here for another couple hours, so I'm gonna go try to find out what we can do to be most productive for that. And then we've got these guys here. They'll probably stay until they have most of these soffits, if not all the soffits, done today. So I won't be here till maybe first thing in the morning. I'll run out here and try to shoot a video, but I highly doubt it, because I'm going to Atlanta to see Marmy and Pappy, and I'm excited to bring you a video or two from there. For sure, their urban garden, and hopefully I drop this video before that one gets dropped. I've got like 6 videos to drop. I'm just doing them in order and as I can get to it. So I'm trying to get one out every other day, but it's turning into one every 3rd or 4th day, but we'll just see how it goes. So I'm rambling. We'll see you next time up on the ridge. Did I say a lot in this video? I felt like I said a lot maybe. Mike, did I say a lot?